Hey folks, it's Brad and we are taking a look at this optical snoot today. Actually, it's better than this. It's not just a cardboard box that says optical snoot with the diagram on it. It's an actual optical snoot. So this is from WELLMAKING, and the version that I got, and make sure that you know what you're getting, it has the lens. This is I think a Canon EF lens, so you could theoretically switch it out with other lenses. There's the little tab release there. Okay, so the mount looks like that. But I'm never going to do that. I don't have Canon lenses and don't care to switch this out. It works just fine for me. I think it's a 60 millimeter. Yeah, 60 millimeter. And then you can do the adjustment up here if you need to make it sharper based on the distance to your subject. So this is really designed for studio use because it has a Bowens mount. You've got those 3 tabs there. So what I did is I put this on 300 watt flash, and I used the various inserts to do some fun studio shots, which I'm sure I'll include in my review. Check them out. They're over there, over there, over there. I don't know where they show up. So you have 2 different kinds of inserts you can put in here if you want an insert. Theoretically, you could use this without any insert, but if you just want a circle of light, like I've done, a very refined circle of light, either on your subject or on your background, then you can insert into this slot here this aperture ring, and I should show you before I put it in. It just works like that, so you can change the size, and that is actually really handy. One thing I didn't realize until I started using it was if I don't have the room to move my light back and forth, but I want to change its size, then that's a quick, easy way to do it if I just want that circle there. So as I was saying, you can just slide that in. These are magnetized. You've got magnets inside of there, so it clips into place. But I will tell you that this aperture ring is the one that you put the colored gels into. You can't put them in the other one because this is just a very tight fit for these gobos, these metal cutouts. So I tried to do something with that. It's just a very tight clip on here, so you can't really slide those in with one of the gobos. Okay, but you can slide it into, if you see this line across here, you just slip it into there. It's very easy, and then just bloop, pop that in. And so you might think, well, what I'll do is I will just combine these together, and I'll have the colored gel on the aperture ring, and I will have gobo next to it, and I will just slide them in. I am so smart, Brad. I got around this problem that you think you identified. Well, it's not big enough for both of them to go in. So that really does restrict you to using the color gel with just the aperture ring, and you cannot use the color gel with the gobo. Now, if you wanted to tape it onto the lens or use some other gel, that's totally fine. You can do that. Your mileage may vary with how crisp that is. I don't know. I haven't tried it, but I wanted to know that you could not do both of those things. One thing to note is that the gels that come with this, I don't know if these are normal gels. The first ones I've worked with, usually I just use colored lights with things. So these gels aren't very resistant to high temperature. I had a flash that I was using regularly for a while, and then I pulled the gel out, and it was all, I don't want to mess with getting the gel, but it was all crumply, like it was like, oh, I'm melting. So do be careful about that. You might get little crumpled gels. Probably still work, but might not be the same quality that you were hoping for. All right, so you saw the slit gobo I had. If you're paying attention, there's one of them. These should all really be in the listing, but for completeness sake, we've got this sort of window blind frame one, this sort of, if you want it to seem like it's coming in at an angle on the wall, then you've got the light like that. Then you've got, it's a diamond. No, it's a square. Well, it depends on the orientation. So just those dots there. Very basic window frame. And that one I used right on my model's face. I'll probably have that in there too. And then this sort of starburst one. So that's kind of fun. I did that. It looks really freaky if you center the center of this around someone's mouth, and it looks like their mouth is a black hole if you have a bright light coming out of the rest of it. So anyway, there they are. I'm happy with it. It worked well. I wish that I could use the gels simultaneously with the gobos, because then that would just be really convenient. But alas, I couldn't. But I've got a WELLMAKING, a big WELLMAKING diffuser. I was happy with that. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a premium brand, but it does seem like their stuff is well made enough to do the job. I'm not a full-time studio photographer. I play around with the stuff, so, you know, take that for what you will. But I hope this helps. Take care, folks.